Hello, my name is Shanice Sanders, and my persuasive essay is on students staying in school. President Obama states, "No matter what you want to do with your life, I guarantee that you'll need an education. What you make of your education will decide nothing less than the path of the country." Stay in school is the mantra we all heard before, from kindergarten to the 12th grade. We not only learn math, English, social studies, science, and reading, we also learn a lot of aspects of life in school. It's important for you to stay in school because it's vital in getting a good job. Most of the highest paying jobs, including doctors, astronauts, and lawyers, require students to have degrees. People all around the world have fought for a chance to receive an education. In places like Pakistan, Syria, Ethiopia, women are expected to work and take care of the family instead of going to school. Although schools aren't teaching students how to pay taxes, purchase a house, or apply for a loan, it is an environment for learning and building up our intellect. School is all about our personal and academic success to prepare students for the future. First of all, if you stay in school, you have a higher chance of getting a better job. Those who decide to drop out do not make nearly as those who receive degrees. When getting a degree, employers are more interested in hiring you. If you have an associate's or bachelor's degree, employers will recognize that you have proper training and education to receive that job, including a better paying job. You will acquire a higher salary. According to the State Higher Education Executive Association, high school grads earn $30,000 annually, and bachelor degree grads earn $50,000 annually. Another reason students should stay in school is because dropouts are 4 times more likely to be unemployed than people with degrees. Due to not being able to find work, it will lead to involvement in illegal jobs such as selling drugs. Furthermore, they may get caught with drugs and end up in jail. Over 80% of the incarcerated population are high school dropouts. If they drop out of school early, they won't be able to fulfill their dream careers. Most kids' dream jobs are scientists, nurses, teachers, or pilots, and you can't achieve those careers without a degree. Dropouts are mainly on public assistance like food stamps, supplementary security income, temporary assistance for needy families, and etc. The money from the low-paying jobs are enough to cover bills for their houses and cars, which may result in filing for bankruptcy. People with less than high school diplomas are 42% more likely to live in shelters and become homeless. In America, basic education is easy to obtain, but there are many places where schools aren't available. Roughly 70 million children around the world aren't able to get basic education. In Somalia, just 10% of children are able to go to school. In Eastern Africa, girls are less likely to go to school than boys. In the poorest countries like Malawi, 22.3% of boys complete school and 13.8% of girls complete school. The primary reason for dropping out of school in those areas are because of traditional gender roles. In Malawi, women are taught to work more than men with lesser pay. If they don't have jobs, they grow crops for their families. They do household chores, cooking, and taking care of the children. In addition, children aren't able to go to school because they're not able to afford it. In Pakistan, the government don't invest in schools. There are limited schools with very few students attending. Their schools are in badly shape and teachers don't show up to teach the lessons. They don't teach basic math, reading, or science. The education is revolved around religion. The desire for women to get education hasn't been an option for them because of the violence they've received, including rape, domestic violence, and forced marriage at a young age. Many people go to college and still don't know what they want to do with their lives, and others have hard times in college. At this moment, we are dealing with a serious, stressful situation and are finding ways to focus in school. A lot of students that drop out of college are due to financial troubles. College is expensive, including costs for books, classes, and rent for dorms. And if students take out loans, they have to pay it back even if they didn't finish. I understand people in our audience have trouble balancing the cost of education and a job. Some of the students on our campus have to get a full-time job during the summer to save up for their education. However, if you drop out, you won't be able to get the degree you need to pursue your dream job. If you ever did get discouraged, surround yourself with individuals that are motivated, find friends that stay focused on their academics, and them helping you can lead to your success. Your parents probably went through the same problems, so talk your feelings out over with them. Schools should start teaching students important factors like good credit, managing a checking book, investments, and etc. Students need money management to learn how it works, how to increase salary, and save for retirement. I advise schools have economic classes available in the curriculum. The lack of knowledge of how taxes work is very common among students when they're out of high school. Students that receive education and finance course are less likely to make late credit card payments, and they learn how to not max out their credit cards and how to improve their credit score. There are painful consequences for poor financial decisions. For example, students don't have proper knowledge about different ways to pay for schools. They will take out loans, and if they get out of college, they will be in debt and have to pay back the loans. Equally important, the school district needs to have a curriculum that's not mostly based on the standardized tests. Kids that drop out of high school feel like if they don't pass the test, it's a sign that they won't succeed in life. Teaching to the standardizing test doesn't develop critical thinking. This type of teaching doesn't have the students learning a full body of knowledge and can misinterpret how much store memory they learned about a topic. Assessment expert W. James Popham described this method as item teaching. He states organizing lessons around lookalike questions that are taken directly from the test or repeat the kind of questions formed on the test. These students maybe couldn't keep up with their schoolwork preparing for the test, resulting in failing grades and making the students feel discouraged and stop showing up to school. Since money is the resource to receive everything, budgeting can teach youth awareness and responsibility. Students can learn better spending decisions. For example, many students don't know how to manage a credit score. They have to learn about the factors that determine a high credit score, including paying on time, interest rate. And for students who thought about dropping out because of financial needs, they can learn how to not live paycheck to paycheck and how to not rely on credit cards. If financial literacy was taught in school, students can learn to be smart with their money. According to a survey conducted by Ramsey Research in 2016, nearly 2 out of 3 high school students who have access to these classes have a habit of creating monthly budgets for their money. Regarding teaching to the standardizing test, it prevents long-term retaining of information. The standardizing test doesn't practice problem-solving skills and doesn't cover what they learned the entire year. Students spend 19 days of each month preparing for the standardizing test, and thus the students does not get a well-rounded education. What school districts need to do is test students before teaching a course to see where their students are at. Let teachers use master-based evaluations and letting students master skills at their own speed. America wants finance to be taught in school. Adults wouldn't mind if students learned about it early in elementary school. More than 77% of adults believe in our politicians to push to add education about money management in school. And 67% would like to vote for a candidate for encouraging our students for mandatory financial education in public schools. That change is now occurring because 17 out of our 50 states in the United States have required high schools to take money management courses. To gain better education in our schools, we should start by addressing the school's funding. For starters, we need to implement a progressive tax code for wealthy citizens that live in our area. We can not only focus on funding for our schools, but help increase funding for our teachers. Let the students have a community within the school. The administrators should have students' success as a priority. If students are discouraged and want to drop out, have the students start a mentoring program. The students will be assigned with an adult mentor and help them stay on track for graduation. There also will be an open line for communication when the students feel pressured from school. In conclusion, dropping out of high school can cause fewer job opportunities, lower salaries, and social stigma. Education can be the foundation to success academically, socially, and professionally. We as a community can create resources for our students to feel comfortable at school and not get disheartened. Thank you.